Hello and welcome to all our viewers around the world and in Nigeria to News Globals on Global TV. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Fauziya Lukman. President Bola Tinubu has arrived in Netherlands on a state visit. President Tinubu during his visit is expected to engage in high-level meetings with Dutch government officials and business leaders. The president would also engage in discussions around trade, investment, security cooperations, and cultural change. President Bola Tinubu has called for the establishment of a regional counter-terrorism center that will serve as a hub for intelligence sharing, operational coordination, and capacity building in Africa. President Tinubu made this known at an Africa high-level meeting on counter-terrorism in Abuja. He stated that Africa must take a comprehensive approach to combating terrorism by addressing the root causes of the scourge as poverty, inequality, and social injustice is done. Global TV brings you the report. The African High-Level Meeting on Counter-Terrorism holding in Abuja offers a unique opportunity for key players to brainstorm on possible solutions to terrorism and violent extremism that have continued to spread across West Africa, the African continent, and the rest of the world at an alarming rate. President Bola Tinubu noted that to effectively counter the threats posed by terrorism to Africa, leaders in the continent must attack the roots that feed the evil branches such as ransom and illegal mining, terrorism, and other perfect ways to continuously finance, re-equip, and resupply itself for its sinister mission.
Already, terrorism has taken too many lives and delayed our better future for too long. While terrorism troubles us greatly at the moment, we do well by remembering terrorism is not of Africa. We must tell this imported evil that wants to bend and break us that it shall not succeed. Instead of making us bow, we shall banish it. Let us resolve here.
The president added that besides the indispensability of a regional standby force which mandate includes tackling terrorism, the African region must also strengthen existing counter-terrorism structures such as the Regional Intelligence Fusion Unit (RIFU) in Abuja, the African Center for Study and Research on Terrorism (ACRTS) in Algiers, and the Committee of Intelligence and Security Services of Africa (CISA) in Addis Ababa.
Terrorism's arm is felt far and wide for very reason that there's no respect for national boundaries, ethnic, bloodless, or religious creed. We must therefore fight this threat together, combining determined national effort with well-tailored regional and international collaboration. The fight against terrorism requires a comprehensive approach. We must address the root cause of extremism, such as poverty, marginalization, and social injustice.
Under-Secretary General of the United Nations Office of Counter-Terrorism (UNOCT), Vladimir Voronkov commended Nigeria for its leadership in counter-terrorism in Africa and for hosting the meeting. President Tinubu, however, commends the courage and dedication of Nigeria's security forces in the fight against terrorism and emphasized the need to halt the proliferation of small arms and light weapons on the continent. Fauziya Lukman, reporting for Global TV News. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC) may prosecute 300 foreign racketeers trading on a peer-to-peer platform outside the financial regulations. The EFCC chairman Ola Olukayode, who gave this indication during the interactive program with editors and bureau chiefs in Abuja, revealed that the accounts were frozen following a court order. He disclosed that one of the accounts traded over $15 billion in the past year. Recently, the federal government, through the Nigerian Communications Commission, blocked the online platforms of Binance and other crypto firms to avoid what it considered continuous manipulations of the forex exchange and forex market and illicit movement of funds. It also detained two senior executives of Binance, a cryptocurrency exchange, amidst efforts by the government to rein in speculations on the naira by cracking down on cryptocurrencies exchanges. The Kaduna State of Assembly has written the state's Ministry of Finance demanding details of financial transactions under former Governor Nasir El-Rufai's administration between 2015 and 2023. This was in connection with the State's Assembly's probe of all finances, loans and contract projects awarded under the El-Rufai administration. The probe by the State Assembly comes a week after the incumbent governor of Kaduna State, Obasani, lamented that the El-Rufai administration left him a huge debt profile. Sani, who spoke during a town hall meeting in Kaduna, said he inherited a lean treasury, adding that he could not pay workers their salaries. The African Union and Economic Community of West African States have emphasized an imperative of a unified regional approach to tackle the evolving security challenges across Africa. The stance was articulated during the inaugural joint consultations between the AU Peace and Security Council and the ECOWAS Mediation and Security Council at the ambassadorial level in Abuja. In his remarks, Nigeria's permanent representative to ECOWAS and chair of the ECOWAS Mediation and Security Council, Musa Nuhu, highlighted the dynamic of security. Nuhu underscored the emergence of new and complex threats ranging from terrorism and violent extremism to unconstitutional changes in the government. The Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria has announced the reopening of runway L at Murtala Mohammed Airport in Lagos, following a temporary closed caused by Dana airplane skidding off the runway on Tuesday. This was disclosed in a press release signed by the Director of Public Affairs and Consumer Protection, Fan Obiageli Ora, on Wednesday. Similarly, the Economic and Financial Crime Commission urged Justice Emeka Nwiti of the Federal High Court Abuja to deny the bail application of the detained Binance Holding Limited executive, Tigran Gwarangian. The anti-graft agency says it is too risky to admit the foreigner to bail, noting that the escape of his co-defendant Nadeem Al-Jawala from the custody of the National Security Advisor and his escape to Kenya. Besides, the prosecuting counsel of the EFCC, Emeka Ehenacho, told the court that the anti-graft agency uncovered an alleged plot by Gambrian to obtain a new passport to facilitate his escape from Nigeria after EFCC had seized his passport. Gambrian, his fleeing colleague Al-Jawala, and Binance Holding Limited are being prosecuted by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission on money laundering charges. Lead British International School has been shut down for 3 days following a viral video of bullying in the school involving some students. This was announced at a press briefing attended by parents in the school premises. The school said it had taken definitive actions over the incident. The management of the school expressed its disapproval of the incident and confirmed the commencement of an investigation. The victim was slapped several times by another female student in the presence of other students who appeared to be privy to the action. You're watching News Circle, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. On the News Circle returns, CBN releases more dollars at Naira weakens to 1,300 Naira per dollar. This and other stories coming right after this short break. To stay with us. This is Global Television, bringing you live broadcasts of the news circle. Thank you for staying with us. On the foreign scene, Australian police have arrested 7 teenagers as part of a wide counter-terrorism raid across Sydney, claiming it was likely the youths may have been plotting an attack. The suspects are believed to share a religious-motivated violent extremism ideology, says the police. The raid are linked to last weekend's stabbing of an Australian bishop, which police declared a terrorist act. Police said the offenders were juveniles aged from 15 to 17. And investigators alleged that the teenagers belonged to the same network as the 16-year-old boy who was charged with a terror offense in relation to the stabbing of Bishop Mar Marie Emmanuel, which occurred during a live-stream sermon. At least 4 people suffered non-threatening injuries after the attack in the western Sydney suburb of Wakerley. The 16-year-old boy was also hurt. Moving to business, where the federal government, the Federal Ministry of Finance, have recovered over 57 billion naira from the 5.2 trillion naira debts owed by ministries, departments and agencies to the federal government. The Director, Special Project, Federal Ministry of Finance, Aisha Omar, disclosed this in Enugu during a one-day workshop on the federal government debt recovery drive through the Project Lighthouse program for the Southeast Zone. Declaring the event open, Omar, represented by the Deputy Director of Special Projects in the ministry, Bridget Moloku, revealed that the debts came from the spotlight of data aggregated from over 5,000 debtors across more than 93 MDAs. Oil marketers have continued to dispense automotive gas oil, popularly called diesel, at a price between 1,350 naira per litre and 1,450 naira per litre in various locations across the country, despite repeated cuts in price of the commodity by the Dangote Petroleum Refinery. This also followed about 470 naira litre slash in the price of aviation fuel, popularly called Jet A, by Dangote Refinery. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery announced a further reduction in the prices of diesel and aviation fuel to 940 naira per litre and 980 naira per litre, respectively. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission has filed a fresh charge at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory against the embattled former governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. EFCC in the charge accused Emefiele of approving the printing of 684,590,000 at the rate of 18.96 billion naira. EFCC alleged that Emefiele broke the law in intent to harm the public during his implementation of the naira swap policy of the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. The anti-graft agency also accused Emefiele of unlawfully approving the withdrawal of 124.8 billion naira from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation. On a sad note, the Nigerian movie industry has again been thrown into mourning after the news of death of another veteran Nollywood actor, Zulu Adigwe, surfaced on social media. Adigwe's death was announced by a movie producer, Stanley Nwoko, in a post on his Instagram page. Adigwe's death is coming 2 weeks after Junior Pope and 3 other Nollywood actors died in a boat accident in Anambra, River State. And moving on to sport, Barcelona could be making a bid for Chelsea's Carney Chukwuemeka this summer. Barcelona has shown interest in the player in the summer of 2022 before his move to Stamford Bridge. The England under-21 star has found it difficult establishing himself in Mauricio Pochetto's team, making his 9th Premier League appearance this season. The Spanish giant wants to capitalize on the lack of game time to persuade his dumped star Bridget for Catalonia at the end of the current campaign. Former Super Eagles striker Odio Igalo has dropped an encrypted retirement hint after saying he has more than 3 years left in his football career. The 34-year-old joined Al Wehda last August from Al Hilal in the Saudi Pro League. Igalo, a late bloomer, made his senior debut for Nigeria in 2015 as the Eagle lost 1-0 to Uganda in a friendly. After an impressive outing at the 2019 African Cup of Nations in Tunisia, where he scored 5 goals in 7 games and led the Eagles to a third-place finish, Igalo announced his retirement from the national team. Five-time Premier League winners John Terry and Andrew Cole have been inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame. According to the league's official website, their induction followed the combination of Premier League awards panels and fan votes from across the globe, resulting in choosing the pair from a shortlisted of 15 former players. They became the 23rd and 24th inductees into the Premier League Hall of Fame, joining Ashley Cole, who was also awarded the highest honor by the league this year. This will be a celebration where their 3 inductees will be acknowledged on Tuesday in London. And that's it on News Circle, where it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. On behalf of the production team, I am Fawzia Lukman. Thank you so very much for watching.